I wanted you guys to see our walk when I'm not speaking. I'm focusing. We're going a medium pace right out of the car. I didn't even have to do any warm up with him to get him in sync right out of the car. But this is with nothing around. Like all the action is up ahead. This is just with people spread really far out. It's a really good heel beside me or behind me a little bit. And once we say this is what I'm doing here. If his ear reaches my thigh, I go ahead and tap and say heel because I want him a little bit behind me some, really in follower mode. And I can ask that when it's easier.
I can't even be mad at you anymore, dude. I'm
Heel.
just like, I know it's going to happen, so I just laugh when it happens.
I'm surprised that he's patchy.
Heel. Good.
10 seconds between.
Good. Good job. Heel. I don't know if you guys noticed right there, but I was like, good. And he looked at me and I was like, good job. I'm not used to such eye, contact from dogs, but for him, it's not a good thing. And then I just got him excited. Even though I wasn't super excited when I said it, I had a lot of motivational tone behind it. Bad idea with a dog like Saint. So then he just pushed forward. He was like, oh, thanks. And he pushed forward with that energy. And then I had to bring him back. So you got to keep that in mind. There are a lot of types of dogs out there like Saint where going on a calm, controlled walk, they don't need good every time you say heel and they reset themselves, or every time they sit, or every time they look away from something that makes them nervous. Good may not be good for them. Okay, even if you say it really good, because we practice that a lot, good. So we don't add any energy into it, but we're still marking a good decision. He can't handle that when he's surrounded by people. Maybe I could practice that when it's easier, when we're not surrounded by so much going on that he's already feeding off of and barely able to focus on where my leg is, and he's barely able to focus on my pace. I know this is a really tough one for owners, but try going on a walk and not talking to your dog. Just use leash guidance and body language. And then in his case, it's Ecollar as well. That's already 3 forms of communication. Anxiety gets a little higher. All the people. I'm just going to slow down. More brain walk. Here, excuse me. Brain work. Can't talk.
Still the smell. That milk is not yours.
It's interesting how if you really want to work on the brain and the perception, let's go. Work on your dog's perception of how they view their environment. You need to slow them down. Heel. No. But there's a point of nervousness that they reach or that's about to go into reactivity where, yes, we like to stay super slow, but occasionally speeding up, not just to walk, but to turn and work the dog. Never speed up just to speed up, but you could speed up when you actually work. Good. So turns on the outside. Let's go. Good. Turns on the inside. Good. Sudden stop and sit. Good job. Let's go. And then try to slow your dog back down again. Because the speed is just to try to get your dog's attention, try to help them work through something that seems to be over threshold and like almost panicky, maybe. Heel. Good. But then you always heel. Want to go to slow again. Good. See how he's pushing me? So if he's pushing me, I want to combat that and go even slower. But the exception is you could just be adding variety because it's too boring and your dog's getting out of tune. Or you could be almost over threshold and try to use a little speed just to gain a little leverage for your dog paying attention to you. But it's not speed with just walking. So I'm trying to say, such a huge misconception. It's like bubble out and turn and stop. And then slow them back down. Let's go. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. Good. Heel. No.
It's quite the head shaker. And if I let it go, it'll get even worse. He's doing good. I mean, it's a lot of management, but he's doing good for such a difficult situation. We're surrounded by, it's basically adult teams playing ball. There's 3 going on right now, and they're all interchanging out. There were 3 more earlier. I only know that because I know the timetable. We haven't been here that long. But I got a lot of people going home as a lot of people are showing up and playing. Yep. Good. What am I at? 13. I think he's calming down. I'm going to scroll back down to 8. Even if he's not calming down, I just want to give him, hey, knock it off. I just want to give him some consideration with the levels. It's not the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, here's Ducky. Pass by Ducky. See how he does? Watch his ears. When his ears perk up, I'm going to tap and move. Good. We're actually going right at them right now. Some distance. Heel. So his ears aren't perking up. But I'm just going to step out a little bit. Good. So why am I stepping out? I'm going to turn. So why do I care about bubbling out or just taking a little step out if the other person moves around me and my dog isn't feeding off? And you know if your dog is feeding off of their environment because their ears go alert or their tail, there's some form of arousal that's happening. You know your dog is starting to feed off of something. And if that happens too many times, then that means your dog is getting out of tune with you. So anyway, the reason why I decided to do that is because even though he was soft, I could have challenged him and just kept moving. But I feel like it was such an improvement, but he still has an issue with his relationship with people, humans, what humans represent, things like that. So I'm gonna take every opportunity possible to teach my dog that I control the environment. So I don't want him to look at a dog, be comfortable with that dog and with the situation, and then see them move around, but we're just gonna keep going straight. I want him to see me move because I want to, every chance I get, I want to chip away at him thinking that if that dog was to keep coming at him, he'd have to make a decision for himself. For one dog, that might be to be reactive, aggressive. For another dog, it might just be overexcitement. So for me, I just take a tiny step out in a low-key situation like that to show my dog I navigate the environment. I control the environment. I navigate where we go, how we do it, when we do it. I do everything for you. So you don't need to worry or be overexcited. You follow me. At the root of everything we teach, it's about teaching your dog to follow you.